Sahu of Bar India, MD Webel, and distinguished guests from Korea and other countries, and the guests from other parts of India as well as from West Bengal, other distinguished guests, and all the sponsors of this program. I thank you all for inviting me to interact with you. It's not a speech, it's interaction, because if we know each other, it will be better. Giving me this opportunity, I thank you all for coming in this evening's gathering. I will just speak about certain things that you all are looking for in West Bengal. First of all, you all know that the new government that came to power in May 2011 has just completed 1 year and a few months. In the IT department, what we think about the e-governance part, we can say that there has been a lot of stride in the last 1 year as far as e-governance is concerned. Let me say that after a long time, we now have the process of tendering in this state in all the major procuring departments electronically. In September last year, the e-tendering was introduced in irrigation department, public works department, as well as in public health engineering departments. These are the departments where maximum procurement is done by the state government among all its departments. Health department is also a very big procurer of various goods. That has also been done. As far as implementation of e-governance is concerned, the new government is very much proactive. Many of you perhaps know that the process of digitization in various government departments and directorates are in full swing. The Home Department is digitizing its entire records, and many other departments will soon follow the suit. In the districts also, we have taken a project by which all the district record rooms will be digitized. To start with, we have selected Darjeeling district as the pilot, and already first steps have been taken. The money has been released by the finance department, and Webel is the implementing agency. I think MD Webel will be able to give you in details the steps that are being taken for digitization of the record room of various districts. At the same time, you will find that the e-office that is also being implemented in various districts. We first took the e-office initiative in the North 24 Pargana District Magistrate's Office, and after its successful implementation, it has been taken up in the South 24 Pargana districts also. And I am happy to share with you that very soon our IT department will be the first department in the state to have a paperless office. we are moving towards an e-office solution for the entire office. And now what does this mean? It means that a lot of equipments, electronic equipments, have to be purchased in all these departments. And you see that the question of regular maintenance is also there. So, as far as the SMEs are concerned, they will have a lot of business in the state government sector. You know that in the large NEGP projects that are being implemented in various states, it is mainly the big players who have who come as implementing agencies. However, in the various other initiatives by the state government, it is the small players, the SMEs, that come into play. The state government is implementing an employment bank project, which is also looked after by WEBL. And here we can say that though it is basically not a very easy project to implement, because there will be more than 60 lakh database data, prospective job seekers data, and several hundreds of technical and other institutions who will be regularly uploading their data in this employment bank. The state government through WEBL gave this job not to any big company, but I think to its MD WEBL will be able to elaborate, to a small company, a local company, small local Calcutta-based company for implementation of this project. And this project also is quite a big project. So, as far as e-governance is concerned, we all can say that the state government's initiative in this field is quite extensive, and very rapidly we will be seeing that most of the departments will be transforming to the e-office in just a few years, the major departments, because the first is the IT department, then we hope that the industry department, because that is also in the decision of the government that after the pilot project runs successfully, it will be in the industry department that it will be taken up. And there are some other departments which are also waiting for the result to see how it functions in this department. As far as the policy of the state government is concerned, the policy and the incentive scheme that we have prepared have been to the cabinet. There were certain suggestions from the cabinet of reviewing it, and we have done it, and we have again submitted it to the cabinet for its sanction. I just can share some of the thinkings that the working groups that we had set up for preparing this incentive scheme, the new incentive scheme of West Bengal 2012 that will be coming very soon, and the policy. In the hardware sector, this time in the policy as well as the incentive scheme, you will see that there is a completely separate chapter for the hardware sector. It was not so previously, but this time the hardware sector has been given a lot of importance. We have identified, actually not we, it was the working groups that were set up. They had identified where the potential of West Bengal lies, and in the hardware sector, and those sectors have been identified. The Government of India is moving towards a cluster concept for the hardware sector. We have taken up the cluster concept in our scheme, and we will be encouraging setting up of clusters in several districts of West Bengal, at least one in almost every district. It may not be all districts can be covered, but in most of the districts these clusters will come up, and by 2020 we expect that the turnover in hardware sector as far as West Bengal is concerned will go up manifold. We have identified certain parameters which we want to fix for the West Bengal's hardware growth. But as it is under consideration of the cabinet, it is the cabinet which will take the final call. So I just can't spell out what they will think, but it will be certainly manifold of what we have today. In West Bengal, as far as the IT hardware is concerned, we produce around 4% of the hardware that is produced in India. And in India also, the production of hardware is minimal. You all know that there is a great concern among the policymakers at the Government of India level that unless the hardware production can be improved, given a very big leap, there will be a lot of problem in our foreign exchange, because it is said that by 2020 or by 2022, the import of hardware in India will exceed the oil import bill. So in hardware sector, the Government of India is giving a lot of importance, and though the draft policy is almost ready for 4 and 5 months, more than 4 and 5 months, I think 6 months the draft policy is ready at the Government of India level, but it has not also come out. But as far as West Bengal is concerned, we have tried to follow. We have been waiting for a long time so that the Government of India comes out with its policy, so that we can fine tune it and we can define it as per their requirements, because ultimately it is if the big clusters come or the incentives given, it will be on the Government of India's policy. But unfortunately it has not yet come out. So we have decided that we should publish our own policy, and if necessary we will later modify it and suit it according to the scheme followed by the Government of India. But we have more or less followed the Government of India's approach towards incentive and policy that is being draft policy, and that is being given on the net. Many of you must have seen it. So these are the things that in e-governance, I think the SME sector in West Bengal has a lot of scope, because in lot of departments are digitizing, lot of departments are going for e-office, lot of departments, at least most of the departments in the last 1 year has not e-office but the file tracking system they have introduced. And even for the file tracking system that they have introduced, the urban development department, the municipal affairs department, the our IT department, the industry departments, these departments have all taken up this. So for that also they have to put in place certain hardware part. They have to purchase the hardwares to put in place all these tracking systems. So I think for the SME sector, both from the software point of view and the hardware point of view, there is a lot of scope in the state government initiative, and the central government also. We can say that we had signed a contract on the 30th May this year on the state service delivery gateway project with the HP, and they are implementing this. And in this there will be 25 services, the normal citizen services, that will be given through SSDG project. So there also, even up to the district level, so there will be huge investment in the hardware sector in all these departments, because they have to, what they have to do is that the back-end online system and the back-end computerization is not essential, but at least what they have to do is that all these officials will have to receive online the applications sent by the government, by the citizens. So they will have to have certain hardware in all these offices. And West Bengal has been one of the first states in India to accept the draft e-service delivery bill that is pending in the parliament. It has been one of the first states to give assent to its implementation. So the central government has asked for the individual states' opinion, and we had given a positive signal to it. So when that is passed in the parliament also, the West Bengal citizens will benefit from this, in that sense that all the citizen services will be given through e-mode. And through SSDG, I think the major departments which give citizen services